Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News.
Good afternoon. Bill Bryan and Barbara Bailey for WKYT News as we approach 12:30.
A terrifying situation for a woman leaving work after a man carjacks her.
The crime happened right outside of St. Joseph East Hospital. The victim managed to get away, and police have made a quick arrest. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is tracking the investigation for our top story at 12:30. Hillary?
That carjacking happened early this morning in the parking lot here behind me at St. Joseph East Hospital, leading police to investigate two other nearby locations. Lexington police say it started as the victim was leaving work at St. Joseph East Hospital when a man threatened her, implying he had a knife, forcing his way into her car and holding her hostage as he drove to Lindenhurst Drive. That is where officers say a struggle between the two broke out and the victim got away, going to nearby apartments for help. Meanwhile, officers say the suspect ran away, staying in the Palumbo Drive area. As a short time later, the security guard at Ashland Oil called police about a suspicious man in the parking lot looking into vehicles. Once officers got out and spoke with that man, they say he matched the description for the carjacking suspect. Now, they are not saying much about the intentions of the suspect, but do say they do not believe he knew the victim.
I don't really want to speak to specifics of the conversation, the dialogue between the victim and the suspect, but he certainly threatened her and at least implied that he had some type of weapon. I think she believed he had a knife at the time. So, again, there's some of the specifics we don't want to let go just yet, but we're going to interview him, get more information from him, and try and put everything together.
One of the things police say they are still trying to figure out is why exactly he wanted to drive to Lindenhurst, as they are unsure if maybe he knew someone in that area, had something else planned, or if it was just a random location. In Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Hillary, thank you. The man is charged with criminal trespassing, and police say robbery and assault charges will likely be added. A county clerk met with Governor Steve Beshear today over marriage licenses. It happened in Frankfort. Casey County Clerk Casey Davis is refusing to issue marriage licenses because he says issuing them to same-sex couples violates his religious rights. Clerks in 57 counties have signed a petition asking the governor to call a special legislative session to solve the problem. The governor says there is no need to spend $60,000 a day on a special session.
I don't think $60,000 a day is a drop in the bucket compared to what the cost could be in the future if we don't stand up for what we believe in today.
Davis wants the governor to make marriage licenses available online and take the task out of local clerks' hands.
A couple has admitted stealing copper from interstate lights across the state. Aaron Ferguson pleaded guilty to 28 charges, including theft and criminal mischief. Prosecutors recommended a 10-year sentence. His wife, Cindy, pleaded guilty to 5 counts of facilitation. She received 2 years of probation. The pair stole copper from lights in 9 counties. The crimes took place along Interstate 64, 65, 75, 265, and the Bluegrass Parkway from April to November of last year. A crime alert this afternoon following a string of overnight robbery attempts. One happened around 4:30 this morning outside Walgreens on Richmond Road. Police say 2 gunmen jumped out of a car, punched a man, and tried to rob him as he left the store. The suspects took off without getting anything. And robbers stole tacos from a man in a second robbery. It happened around 1 a.m. on Village Drive. Police say robbers stole the tacos, a shirt, and a wallet from a man behind a liquor store. The victim wasn't hurt.
A third person has died from injuries suffered in an apartment fire in Kentucky. The fire destroyed a 3-story apartment building in Louisville. 2 other people died the day of the fire. Investigators say they suspect someone set that fire intentionally. Well, a surprise influx of dogs at a central Kentucky animal shelter has the director there worried that they may have to euthanize some of them. Workers at the Clark County Animal Shelter took in close to 20 new dogs on Tuesday. 4th of July typically results in dogs who have either escaped from their owners who have been surrendered, a lot of them hearing fireworks and so forth. They're not sure why so many dogs showed up this week, but they're worried because they are way over capacity.
We don't want to do this. You know, this is a service that we provide, and we're here because we're passionate about these animals, and we want to give them the best care that we can.
Bigger adult dogs are the ones who are usually harder to place. They have smaller dogs there as well. Some have been rescued from puppy mills. The shelter is open from 10 to 4, Tuesday through Saturday. It is located at the Clark County Fairgrounds on Ironworks Road there in Winchester and Clark County. Millions of people use symptom checkers to diagnose their medical problems, but are they accurate?
And there's new research on antidepressant use during pregnancy. Ebony Williams has details in this Better Living report.
Researchers are pointing out a possible link between certain types of antidepressants and birth defects. A new study in the British Medical Journal looks at women who take SSRIs during early pregnancy. It finds the use of Prozac and Paxil may be associated with heart defects and irregular skull shapes. The study says the risk is low and that further studies are needed. People who suffer from long-term type 2 diabetes may experience negative effects on the brain. Research in the journal Neurology tested the cognitive skills of 40 patients. Over the course of a 2-year study, the disease affected blood flow to the brain, and patients scored lower on memory tests and thinking skills. And a new study takes a look at online programs known as symptom checkers. Millions of people use the software to self-diagnose their illnesses. Researchers at Harvard Medical School tested 24 programs and got the correct diagnosis in just 34% of the cases. That's roughly the same accuracy as telephone helplines and slightly better than a general internet search. Those are some of the day's top health stories. Ebony Williams, CBS News, New York.
There's much more to come on WKYT News at 12:30. Ferris wheels, funnel cakes, and fun. It's opening day at the Bluegrass Fair. We'll have a preview.
Oh, it's always a blast out there. Also, Big Brothers, Big Sisters of the Bluegrass is calling on you for the 30-30 challenge. We'll explain what that is. Also, it's a straight-shooting, no-holds-barred comedy show. Country Cool is in our studio.
Yeah, and the Bluegrass Fair isn't the only one out there. We have several and also many more events. And I'll have that event forecast going off into your weekend coming up next.